He's a fast-handed heavy hitter known for a solid skill set and an even wider frame.
Andy Destroyer Ruiz Jr.
Those sharp punches helped pull off one of the biggest shocks in heavyweight history. But as fast as the rise ascended, the fall came just as quickly. Calculating confidence mixed with controversy, many in the boxing community have their own opinion on where the one they call the Destroyer sits in terms of modern-day heavyweight dangermen. Born on September 11, 1989 in Imperial, California, Andy Ruiz Jr. grew up in a classic immigrant family, imbued with grit and determination to succeed. Breaking free from the grip of multiple sports, youthful distractions, or a life in construction, young Andy's rampaging nature gave birth to the appropriate Destroyer nickname that he would carry throughout his career. His father and uncles had tried their respective hands at the noble art, and Ruiz Jr. showed quick promise. Boxing predominantly in Mexico under a Cuban coach, Ruiz's amateur career included junior title success and plenty of travel, picking up the kind of experience that would stand him in good stead later in his career. Facing a variety of styles, boxing the likes of future heavyweight contenders Michael Hunter and Oscar Rivas, as well as world-level operator Gilles Big Bang Zhang. Like so many pugilists, Ruiz's decision to turn pro revolved around the Olympics. Calling on family ties to represent Mexico, when Ruiz failed to qualify for the 2008 Beijing Games, there was only one thing on his mind. After 100+ contests at age 19, it was time to shed the headguard and vest and start punching for pay. During his early career, Ruiz Jr. racked up several notable wins that showcased his talent and potential. A significant victory came in 2013 when he defeated Joe Hanks in the glamorous setting of Macau.
Here comes Andy Ruiz and down goes Hanks for the second time. The fight is over.
While minor in significance, having the WBO Intercontinental title around his waist allowed Ruiz to train for 10-round outings and climb the rankings towards an eventual crack at that organization's world title. Follow-up triumphs over prizefighter winner Tor Hamer, ex-world champion Sergei Liakovic, and ageless contender Ray Austin played a crucial role in shaping Ruiz's career, laying the groundwork for his later accomplishments in the professional boxing arena. All roads led to a maiden world title shot, and Ruiz was required to cross an ocean to grab it.
Here he is.
Winning world titles is not supposed to be easy. Travelling to New Zealand in 2016 to take on 21-0 Joseph Parker was as tough of a task as Ruiz had experienced during his 7-year pro career. After 12 closely contested rounds in a scrappy affair determined by grit over skill, Parker won the belt on a razor-thin majority decision. Although he fell short in his first world title shot, Ruiz's resilience and commitment to his craft would ultimately lead him to achieve his goal of becoming a world champion in the future. After 3 confidence-building bounce-back bouts against nondescript opposition, Ruiz was thrust into a moment to become an accidental champion. June 2019, and the heat of downtown New York was about to crank up a couple of notches as Andy Ruiz Jr., perceived as a bulky no-hoper, stepped into the ring against the bronzed Adonis of British boxing, Anthony Joshua.
They wouldn't let me. Man's gal wanna come undress me. Swing with a right, but I might go lefty.
A heavy-hitting, undefeated puncher who was still riding high off the back of Olympic gold in 2012, AJ had amassed a bounty of belts, including the WBO off Ruiz's old conqueror, Joseph Parker. Trash-talking Brooklyn bouncer Jarrell Miller was supposed to be the opponent.
Mom think I'm hit hard though.
Where's your mom? She'd be lucky I pay her rent now.
Yeah.
I pay her rent now.
But the man dubbed Big Baby fell foul to a host of anti-doping violations, and Ruiz received the call.
Anthony Joshua's fight with Jarrell Miller, that now is in serious doubt after Joshua's promoter Eddie Hearn revealed an issue around Miller's dope test.
So the news has just dropped, confirmation that he will be fighting the Mexican based in America, Andy Ruiz Jr.
Becoming the first Mexican heavyweight champion of the world, that's my dream, and that's what we're gonna accomplish on June 1st. Anthony, don't underestimate this little fat boy. I'm coming for you. Just tune in, man.
After stepping through the ropes as a 20-1 underdog, Ruiz would make a watchful start, drawing the sting of the bigger man in a low-key opening 2 rounds. After being sent to the canvas for the first time in his career in the third, Ruiz, still full of belief, would pick himself up, dust himself down, and head back into the proverbial fire.
And he's going for it. Ruiz catches Joshua. Wow! Anthony Joshua in an unbelievable round here. It's Ruiz!
Using his rapid-fire fists to find the target repeatedly, Ruiz dropped Joshua twice in the third and twice again in the seventh.
Here he comes again. Joshua tottering and teetering up down, and it's all going horribly wrong for AJ.
In a stunning turn of events, referee Michael Griffin would wave the bout off.
He's waving it off. Andy Ruiz Jr. becomes the first Mexican heavyweight champion as Anthony Joshua is sacked.
Hey, wait, it's over!
It's over. Is that your team, man? It's going. Oh my God! You motherfucker, man, fuck this. Oh my God!
Ruiz secured a historic victory, picking up the WBA, IBF and WBO straps to become the first boxer of Mexican descent to claim a world heavyweight title. The result would send shockwaves throughout the boxing world.
Mom, I love you. I love you, and our lives is gonna change. We don't have to struggle no more. Thanks to God, everything happened for a reason, baby.
When overcoming the odds to become an overnight success, suddenly the realization of his achievements bit hard for Ruiz, who embraced every last facet of the lifestyle of a sporting superstar. Television appearances, endorsement opportunities, and a myriad of distractions hummed in the background as the Californian arrived in Diriyah, Saudi Arabia to take on Joshua in a late 2019 rematch.
Do you think he quit?
A little bit. I thought he quit because of the way that it was going, you know.
Never in the most pleasing physical shape, weighing in over 15 pounds heavier than in the first bout exemplified Ruiz's mental and physical condition at the time.
To the winner by unanimous decision, the fighting pride of London, England, and once again, the heavyweight champion of the world!
Encountering an opponent that was both slow and sluggish, Anthony Joshua used his jab, tactical adjustments and movement to post a simple, disciplined performance. Effectively utilizing his reach and movement to outbox Ruiz over the course of the 12-round contest, Joshua stood with his belts around the waist once again, while Ruiz adjusted his seat on top of boxing's heavyweight scrap heap. Excessive consumption had ensured his dream would be short-lived.
I think I stayed too much in the party life, you know. I was still enjoying the win. Don't tell my coach. I felt like I let my family down. I let my fans down, my kids down, just because of a dumb shorter period of time of me living the life instead of me focusing on the important stuff.
Chris Arreola matches up with the only Mexican heavyweight champion in history. I'm talking about Andy the Destroyer Ruiz Jr.
First ever Mexican heavyweight champion ever, but he has transformed his body since his last fight.
I've seen photos, but as I look at you now, you look in the best shape I've ever seen you.
The road to triumph has rarely been a smooth one for Andy Ruiz Jr., even when he faced a supposedly faded Chris Arreola in May 2021, Andy tasted the canvas in round 2. Managing to regroup and outpoint the fan-friendly slugger in their Carson, California West Coast war, as Arreola bemoaned the judges' scoring, Ruiz was happy to be back on the winning trail.
Did he win? Fine, but don't tell me you're only gonna give me 2-3 rounds. That. I won't be like Dr. Dre. All y'all can suck my mother.
Almost a year and a half after losing his temporary titles to Joshua, Ruiz entered the ring 27 pounds lighter than in his dire Diriyah display. Emerging victorious via unanimous decision against the tough Arreola, demonstrated his boxing prowess and strategic acumen in the ring, perfectly setting up a clash with another contender, which eventually arrived over a year later, taking on a cute Cuban southpaw with plans of his own. Ageless heavyweight contender Luis King Kong Ortiz had made a name for himself with a mix of power, poise and precision. On September the 4th, 2022, in the main event at the Crypto Arena in Los Angeles, Ruiz struggled with the precise punching of Ortiz. That was, of course, when he wasn't knocking the Miami resident down. Landing shots heavy enough to drop Ortiz 3 times in total, those blows made all the difference as Ruiz prevailed on points.
I'm hungry. I want to be champion again and bring that belt back to Mexico.
Across his 15 years as a pro, Ruiz has also benefited from a variety of voices in the corner. Early on, Hall of Fame trainer Freddie Roach was the main man. Gennady Golovkin's head coach Abel Sanchez then held Ruiz's camps in Big Bear before another switch, this time to Manny Robles. It was under Robles' stewardship that he pulled off the Joshua shock. After the sluggish debacle of the rematch, Ruiz packed his bags and joined up with Canelo Alvarez's coach Eddie Reynoso. He has remained there ever since. While training under the guidance of a number of different coaches has brought unique insights and training methods to help Ruiz develop as a boxer, it may also point to his focus and inability to settle. Often chided or downright criticised for his fluctuating body mass and questionable conditioning, Ruiz has encountered a few controversial incidents throughout his career. Notable incidents involving recreational drug use during the embryonic stages of his career and public spats with his spouse towards the end are all part of the Ruiz rollercoaster. By openly addressing the health and fitness concerns, the soon-to-be 35 Ruiz has been committed to addressing his weight management and conditioning. He's worked with trainers and dedicated himself to maintaining his physical fitness, demonstrating his determination to overcome these challenges. One thing that has affected Ruiz in the latter stages of his career is inactivity. The hunger and regular action of the early years have been replaced by sporadic outings as the hefty paydays prove harder to secure. Preparing for a showdown with Jarrell Miller on August the 3rd sees the paths of 2 Anthony Joshua opponents converge. Miller, the would-be foe who destroyed his chances, versus the replacement, a man who took his opportunity with both gloves and momentarily lived up to his own destroyer nickname. Only time will tell what comes next in the storied career of Andy Ruiz Jr.